Yo, what's up? Good to see everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of the Feywild, FaeHunters, etc., etc. Wow, unmuted themselves. I know. Can you imagine? Look at me. I'm learning that, to pay attention to the little bouncing green lines at the bottom. It's pretty fantastic. Once again, welcome to tonight's episode of the FaeHunters. We have a lot of fun and exciting things in store for tonight's session. Oh, thanks, Crimson. You're sweet. A whole professional. Well, maybe like half of a whole. Never mind. In any case, we have an exciting episode for you tonight. Also, a lovely little surprise as we finally you're not gone yet, the Heckers. I know, right? We have some art. A whole professional. Ha! I see what you did there, Drummy. Hilarious. We have some art to show off. We finally, well, not finally, we were gifted some lovely character art for our FaeHunter characters. So have a look-see. Yay! Wait, hold on. Do I have? I think I have like. Nope. Where is it? Here we go. Let's cheer. Yeah! Woo! Yeah. Bravo, bravissimo. This is done by our lovely Hecko Deco Doodle, Hecko Gecko Doodle. Our lovely Mara from the stream did these lovely little drawings of Denissa, Eliodora, Leary, Nana, and Finrian. And so we'll have those up on the stream as soon as we get started. Yeah, Marafin is absolutely the best. Marafin in our Discord. Hecko Gecko Doodle. On here on Twitch and I believe Instagram, I think. But yes, amazing job. I love it. But so to get us started, we're gonna go ahead and jump right in to tonight's episode of FaeHunters. So buckle up in the character art for the Knights of Santos too. Yeah, we do have some. We do have some character art in our Discord art channel, I believe. Knights of who? I mean, I know, right? Who them is? Who's what? All right. And on that note, we jump in. Let's enjoy the show. Yay! Thank you, future Aaron, and everyone who's in chat right now. Thank you for being here today. We're just going to go ahead and jump right in with Denissa's delivery of words and things to Alon. As you had just finished speaking, Denissa, you can see Alon kind of considers your words carefully and then looks over at Brundlestick. And Brundlestick is just looking at Nana with pure, unadulterated hatred. Like, if it weren't for the fact of whatever it was that Alon had just told him, he just he looks like that person that has, you can put your hand out and they're just like, hold me back. It's like, but there's no hand there. He's just like, he looks like he's just really trying to keep himself from charging you right now. And then he takes a deep breath. Spits on the ground. You don't know everything, Brundlestick says at you, Denissa. Alon looks over at the arrow that I'm assuming is still pointed at Brundlestick. Mm-hmm. And she raises up a hand. No, it won't be necessary. I would prefer there be no further bloodshed this evening. Please. I feel like I'm missing a few pieces of this story. And I feel like you are as well. Can we sit once more? And this time, speak the truth. Because I am assuming you came here somehow knowing that this man was going to be here. You came here with a purpose to hunt him down?
Yes.
Well.
I can ensure that we are speaking the truth. And she'll take her halberd and utter a couple of words in Leonin and hit it down on the floor, and the floor, like, seams and cracks glow with gold as she casts Zone of Truth.
Ooh. I'm assuming you're doing this close enough to affect her and Brundlestick as well?
And we'll bring it back to the table, if that's okay.
All right. Those of you who are within the range of this spell, what is the range of the spell, by the way?
15 feet.
Okay. Those of you who are within
I'll drop
range.
the arrow and come close enough to be within range.
Okay.
I don't
And
want
it'll
to be
last
in
for
range.
10 minutes.
Okay. Staying outside of it.
Fuck off.
You're actually still concentrating for the next couple of seconds. Anyway, you can feel that the spell of banishment is close to its end. You can tell that it is getting near and near, and you are like that anxious expectation of it finishing. As not you could literally see sweat, but you know that if for whatever reason this fails, that giant beast will reappear once again. And there's this moment of time slowing down, and as you can feel your heart kind of beating with protecting your friends, holding this spell, and watching these two strangers, as you're just kind of not sure what you're going to do next. And then you feel the spell finish, as there's still this awkward silence. And Garlic stays gone.
Yay! All right.
Poor Timmy
gonna-
ran into garlic
Yeah.
in the woods.
Oh no! Meanwhile,
I'm making a
somewhere in the
collection,
Feywild,
yeah.
this little boy's like, la 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 la. This giant beast appears.
The little boy that we sent off into the woods.
Yep.
Oh no!
No, it's okay. Garlic will adopt him.
Yeah.
Adopt him into
Making
his
him
belly.
a supervillain.
Okay, so adopt him like a like a gummy bear. All right, so
Want to
The-
look at Danissa, look at the other two, look at Candlestick, drop Newt, just like a sack of bricks, and just begin to walk over.
oh my god, you are so something. Oof. Okay, so Finrian, you kind of look as if you look over at him, he's just and it's just that moment of adrenaline that was coursing through his body kind of calms himself. He calms himself, and he's reverts back to the normal Finrian that you are familiar with. He starts rubbing his hands together and walks over to Nana and makes a show of stepping into the zone of the bubble. What is the save on that? On your zone of truth? Eliodora, are you
Charisma saving throw
charisma saving that?
of
Can't you choose
14.
to fail it?
you can.
But I'm
I'll
also
choose
rolling.
to fail it.
Okay.
Sorry, what?
What are you doing, Eliodora?
I will know if somebody fails or succeeds.
Okay.
I don't know.
I can feel it.
Are you walking closer to this little zone, this bubble? There's it's not, I wouldn't say it's a very obvious bubble, but it's just the littlest little sparkles to the air in this dome field around where Danissa is standing close to Alan.
I don't know if I'm strong enough for this yet. My health is still not amazing.
Well, this is just a zone of truth. So this is just to,
Oh, okay.
it's just
Fuck
It's
it, I
not-
got nothing to hide.
okay. Are you, so I just meant
As
are you
you-
staying on
as
the
you
outside?
walk over, I'll cast Cure Wounds on you.
Oh.
At the second
French.
level.
Healed by friendship.
My sister.
Easter.
Okay.
That's 11 more points of healing.
Yeah, thank you.
You have mine, right? The one that I gave you.
Yes, like I am. You got me up to like a third of health,
Yeah.
Okay.
and now I'm like a little over half.
Cool. All right, so you fail it. Nana, you said you're staying on the outside of the bubble.
Oh yeah, I don't particularly want to come into the bubble.
Okay. Not in the friendship circle. Ferdinand walks in, and Danissa, you would know this. He resists it.
I give him like sharp cat eyes.
He just goes, you give him sharp cat eyes, and when he walks in, he goes, ah, like he makes a show of pretending he's being affected by it.
This bitch. I don't say that, but
No,
Yeah.
but here's the thing, it's fine.
Internally.
Yeah, but you know that he's just like gives this face, and it's actually a really decent like
sure.
exaggeration of
Yeah.
drama, just like like you see his eyes get all big, and yeah, he's making a show of it. Wow, this went straight to Diablo. That was wild. Okay. Probably not that one either. Okay, so I was
Send
like,
some more questions, get on.
I'm in the tension soundtracks playlist, and I was like, this is not what I would consider tension. This is heart attack. So Alon steps in, and for a minute or for a moment, Danissa, you feel her like her mind like bucking against the spell, but then you feel that she didn't fail it. She allows it to happen. And Brundlestick, like begrudgingly with his arms crossed, just comes up behind her, just like
Get over
And
it, bitch.
he stands. He takes like a moment's hesitation in the in front of that line, and he like steps forward into it, and also allows the spell to affect his mind. So I'm going to ask the question first. Alon says, "You are from the Feywilds?"
Yes, we are.
Finrian's just like, yes. He's acting almost like he's like hypnotized.
Right? He passed against it.
He resisted. So he's he is unaffected by it.
I'm from the winter sectors of the Feywild. Some of the others here are from different seasonal sectors as well. We're here to stop a war.
I'm aware of the war that you're speaking of. You know that there are more than your wars going on. What?
We don't concern ourselves with the outer realms unless they
Yeah,
are concerning themselves with us.
I'm sure. Your friend. I suppose friend is not exactly the word you would use for him.
No, it's not.
Your quarry was more a important cog of the wheel than you probably realize. You know he served more than just the Feywilds. He was known by many names across multiple planes.
Planes.
Yes. Did you think that the Feywilds and the material plane were the only places he's ever been?
For someone as small-minded as someone who follows the clover rotten, I would assume so. Though we were only privy to the information that would allow us to get rid of this rot.
I'm sure. It's been my experience. The courts serve themselves. So I'm sure whatever information they have fed you is true, as best that it suits them. And that might not be what you want to hear. I apologize for that. But the truth of the matter is, he, Newt Lotus Root, served a lot more than just dealing in goods to your enemy. He was a tradesman, a merchant. Sure, he dealed in things. He procured many manner of reagents and goodies from your Feywild, but he also brought many good things to your people as well. Not all of them, I will admit, are probably for the best to be had by there, but of the things sent to the Feywilds, sure, we've sent our fair share of healing potions and things. We've sent our fair share of other potions of a numerous variety. We've also had a lot of requests for poisons of various nefarious means. Things that would make your... I don't care to try and assume your sensibilities, but for me, the specifics of the poisons that were asked for were imaginative at best.
Oh, Nana, been ordering?
We were told that he deals in armor, weapons.
To some degree. He would trade things. Feywild make is a very rare commodity. And there are many in this realm who would buy plenty of armor and weapons of Feywild make. And there are plenty of things from here that do give a special kick to things in the Feywilds. So you could say he dealed in a lot of things. Had his hands in many pots. He was a dealer, a buyer. He had many names. You can see Brundlestick's like, he was like family to me. And to Nutmeg.
See the resemblance.
He saved us both from a life of servitude.
Be that as it may, it's been my experience growing up at court that when you try to play every side, eventually one side wins and there are consequences.
And he like just kicks at the dirt at his feet.
And even the most rotten tree can grow a rose for a time or two.
I like roses.
Rico like covers his mouth.
What would you say to the villages, the children and women that are left with nothing after the clover rot has taken their plunder? Do you think that they not also miss their daddies and parents, aunts and uncles, brothers that had gone to war to fight against them? We've lost many on our side. My father included.
War is a really ugly thing. I take no joy in supplying these implements of war, but it is business. It's as lucrative, and I make my money from it. I started with adventurers and do-gooders, people with noble intentions, and people who are out for their own reasons.
Just because the dealer is dead doesn't mean that your trade has to end. You could align yourself with the corpse rather than clover rot.
You keep speaking of this clover rot as if they too are somehow not suffering from the war that the courts have brought on them as well.
They've brought this onto themselves.
Have they?
It's no good rebel force.
Sometimes you have to question what side you are on, rebels or otherwise. But it's not my job to get into the political side of your Feywild war. You have many more rules about things than we do here on the material plane.
Certainly not your place at all.
She kind of like laughs a little bit with your spunk and fire. So, your deed here is done. And as she's like speaking, you can see from the bigger building behind her, it almost looks like a barn. The two barn doors kind of open, and you see the other people that had run away. Zinlin and Mira and Bryndal are like coming back around, and they have now like quarterstaffs and swords, like as if they're trying to join in on the fight. And they bring with them two others. One, a somewhat tall. I mean, he's probably about about 6 foot. A Harangon, a rabbit folk that you guys would have recognized as Feyfolk. He comes around and he's got like this like pitchfork looking device that he's holding. It's like coming towards you guys, and then hopping behind him in these like quick little jumps is a small grung individual, a little frog person basically. And she's like jumping behind him, her little like frock of a dress that keeps like ballooning out with her every jump that she makes, just like as she follows behind him. Zinland comes up and he's got like this sword, and he like sees everybody talking, and they're not like they were running towards you charging, battle cry or whatever, but they were running towards you and start slowing down, realizing that you guys are having a discussion. And Alon turns back and kind of like puts up a hand for them to like calm themselves. The rabbit folk is the one who speaks first.
Alon, they told me you had trouble. What is going on with these people?
And Alon's just like, Fenno, it would look like some of your friends from the wilds have found their way here. And as Fennel, the rabbit man, like walks forward, he just kind of like looks over at all of you. He looks over at Leary, and his eyes kind of narrow for a second. And then he looks over at Eleodora, and his eyes kind of narrow for a second.
Yes. They are definitely from the Feywilds. I at least know those two.
Yeah, he points to you two.
About it.
You are both hunters, yes? Great hunt, I think. Probably time is weird. It's been a few seasons now. Leary, Summer Court. Yes?
Have we met?
No, I don't fight, nor do I hunt, but I made a few lucrative bets back in my day.
What, he like sets his pitchfork down a little heavier.
What brings you here to?
And his eyes kind of like, as he was speaking, his eyes go past you guys and sees the furrow of burnt ground where garlic breath had blasted a furrow, and the dead newt beyond that, and the corpse of the other red dragonborn. And he like tightens his grip on his staff.
Just pruning some rot, darling.
Oh. So the war has come this far into the material plane.
Not by our choice. The material
Unlikely.
plane is not where I would have chosen to come, but it is where I find myself.
So you came here to kill a gnome? What?
We came here to cut the war short.
Okay. You are definitely a believer then. It doesn't say much else. It just kind of like seems to be having his own thoughts. And the little frog kind of like pops up next to him and just is like eyeing all of you very suspiciously. Brundlestick is like, so what are you gonna do now? And it looks,
Sinister, I believe you know where we head next.
Continue pruning, as Lyri says, to cut the war short.
Snip, snip, motherfucker.
Finrian is like, yes, we are going to keep pruning. Now, you wouldn't happen to know of any more of this clover rot, would you? Oh, God damn it. I put myself in this situation and now I have like 7 NPCs. Why do I do this to myself? Everyone's just gone now and it's just Finrian and Lon. Magically, they all disappear. Brundlestick looks like he's trying to withhold and not say anything. But he looks like he's about to burst. We were going to the front lines. We are taking things that we got from here to more Fae that are in need of it.
Which side of the Fae?
I don't know.
Don't you, though?
Good morals.
I don't know. Newt knew. He never told us.
But you were there a lot of the times in all of the meeting rooms. You hear something there.
This was a first time. We were asked to go. We received a message.
Can we find that message on his little dead body?
I don't think Newt had it on him. Maybe in his belongings.
And he looks so very like hurt and upset with himself that he cannot stop himself from speaking.
So
But-
you do not know who invited y'all.
I only know it was orders, a request given by someone named the Twins.
Twins, you say?
We were going to help with a war effort here in the material plane. These Fae fighters are helping out in the war here.
Hey, fighters. The clover rot.
I do not know. We never took sides in the war,
Yourself.
nor Newt. For him, it was just business. That was what he taught me and my brother.
He was said to be a fanatic. One of them, at least. Closely tied to the Cloverfallen. That's not what you're saying. You are speaking the truth. Or
We
your
have
truth.
been to your courts. We have spoken to Iridia of the Thorn Throne. We've met with your frigid woman, Lady Frostspring. And yes, we have spoken with this Vinius, a Cloverfallen prince that you have in such high disregard.
The Cloverfallen Prince. You say.
Yes.
Vinius.
We have sold to both sides of your Fey war, just as we have sold to both sides of this war. What mattered to Newt was knowing he was the one helping with all of the strings. That is true power.
Is it though?
It was to him.
I'll have to report this discrepancy back to Lady Frost.
Finrian like raises a hand and just like, ha! Kind of whispers up to Danissa.
He's full of baloney.
He's in the zone of truth.
So am I.
It's not a very good one, by the way.
And he's not doing it like this. He's doing it like this so they can't see, but I'm just doing it like this so you can see my mouth.
I'm going to grab his back and like pierce some claws into it.
Oh, that kind of hurts. Can you not do that, please?
Let go.
Brundlestick, if that's really your name. Where was this location that you are going to?
Oh, are you okay?
I opened my drink and it like fizzed everywhere.
Oh. I was like, I missed what happened.
I
Well-
just was smiling at your face because you got so into it.
Brundlestick kind of just makes himself like, not that he makes himself little, he's like trying to hold back again and not able to.
No.
You may leave the circle. You've given enough. And I appreciate your truth. And I'm
Yeah, thanks,
sorry.
little dick.
I'm sorry for what we have done to this man.
I'm not really.
I'm not.
Finneran's
Still the
like,
zone of truth, so I'm not.
Finneran's like,
No. You aided the wrong side of the war. It's
He claims-
unfortunate, but it's true.
Play both sides and eventually you'll get burned.
Yes, exactly. That's what, I think that's the message, the overall arcing thing that we're all learning. One side there is.
I'm gonna
You must-
stare at Fenrian.
yeah.
Fenrian, when your prey is on the ground, there's no need for senseless blood. Let him go and lick his wounds.
Anissa agrees.
Retweet.
Retweet. Like, He kind of like zips his mouth shut for a minute. It just kind of like nods. Brundlestick looks defeated. And then like steps
Brundlestick.
out. Starts to step out of the
There's always work for a good fighter. Just be careful about who you partner up with next time.
I still have a job to do. I guess I will just be doing it alone now.
and just like pushes past you guys and like walks over to his brother's semi-decapitated body and like
Is
falls
he still
to
making saving throws?
who his brother whose head Eliodora pretty much tried to cleave from his shoulders. No, he's pretty much
Yeah,
dead.
how's he doing?
Make a perception check.
You made a choice.
Not good, I'm guessing.
You'd like to speak with him one last time. Raise it. No.
I'm going to. It's like that meme where it's like it's like the quasi Lord of the Rings. It's like, we're going to avenge my brother, and it's like, you have my bow and my axe and your brother. The necromancer says.
Nice.
What did you say, Nana?
Oh, nothing.
Oh,
I'm good. I'm watching.
okay. I was gonna say no, because if you look over, you can see just like a little bit of like his finger twitch every now and then. the body's still kind of twitching.
Kombucha is so carbonated.
Yeah,
I
it is.
definitely killed them.
Oh, you definitely killed him. Oh yes. Yeah, no, he's definitely dead. It's just more of the after, like the twitch of the body.
Rigor mortis setting in.
Yeah, something like that. Alon watches him turn. The others of the Petal Rain group kind of come up, and she turns to them. Sorry for disturbing the work. Everything is fine now, I think. At least for the moment, the damage is done.
We'll clean up after ourselves. You don't have to worry about any of the bodies. Nana, fine. I will help clean up the bodies.
Finrion's
Our
like,
quarrel is not with you.
Yes, we will clean up the bodies. Don't worry about anything.
Leary's gonna side-eye the little weirdo.
The rabbit folk Fennel just kind of like scratching his little furry chin, just shakes his head and like starts walking back to the barn where he came from. And the grung, huh?
Halt.
He stops.
I feel you have more to say than what you've led on, Rabbit.
He turns very slowly.
What more would I have to say? Cat.
Mm,
Sorry. Didn't mean to throw you off there.
Would you mind coming here for a moment?
I have very important things I am doing, little lady. A moment only.
And he walks forward. Those of you who are like looking at him, go ahead and make perception checks for me.
Am I looking at him?
I don't know. Are you? I don't know what are you looking at? What you looking at?
19.
1.
Nope, you are not
And,
looking at him.
I'm looking at Newt.
15.
He's just there going
Yeah.
up at the sky right now.
He still has a couple of really intense arrows sticking out of his chest.
Yeah, he does. Pincushion. He looks like a pincushion, like wind up pull what's it called? Little string doll things.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or like
There's a
Kermit,
snake
where you
in
can
that
like play with
place.
his arms.
Oh no! Yeah, he is. Oh no, that's terrible.
That's amazing.
Okay. Yeah, it is. Let me see here. Where are we? Okay, do this one. That's fine. As you're seeing him walk forward, he came out rather quickly, but now that he's walking, he's using his little pitchfork as almost like a walking cane, a big walking cane. And you can see he's an older rabbit. Like, a lot of his white hair is also just white, not just from the color normally, but you can see that there were normally like almost like these little brown patches on him, and they even have white coming out of there, like little wispy whites. So he kind of gives you a very grandfather rabbit kind of look to him. Looks like he's been around for a while.
Does he step close enough to be within zone of truth?
He's right up at the edge and does not walk in.
I don't think it's necessary.
Did I notice anything extra with a 19?
Doesn't hurt though.
Despite the fact that he is older, this is more of a combo of things of having watched him run out from before. You know that he's capable of quick movements, but it's almost like now he is slowed down. It's kind of that very much the this is going to be a very obscure reference, but like Yoda walks really slowly and like
Star
old,
Wars.
but then like goes like ham whenever he needs to. It was kind of like one of those things. He moved really spry in the heat of the moment, but now he's kind of like walking with this like slowness to him. Let's not this one. Let's do something different. I don't remember this. Okay, so he steps up right up to the edge and looks like he's waiting to see what it is that you are wanting to say.
You're Fae?
Yes.
You've lived in the Fae wilds before this.
Yeah. Was part of the summer court. Well, not the court, but I
Right.
lived in the Summerlands. That's how I know.
Ooh, fellow Summer.
Seen those two before.
What is your say in all of this, in the war?
In the war? Huh. I came here to get out of the war. I have been around for a long time. I have seen a lot. And I don't want any part of it anymore.
Anymore? You were once integrated politically.
Not by choice.
He kind of looks over at Leary and then back at Danissa.
Summer Fae are a interesting bunch. Let us say that I was convinced for a time. But I am no longer under such chains.
Chains. You say. But you do not side with the clother on.
I don't side with anyone. I came here because the magic is strong and feels more like home because of the tree. I met Elan and she needed help. Between me and the noob and Elan, we get as much work done as possible. The noob is a skilled enchanter. I have my own magics that aid Elan.
It seemed like a good fit, so here I am.
We don't intend to drag you into the war. I can respect someone who knows what he wants. But we've done what we came to do here. We'll leave soon.
I hope wherever you go, you cause less pain and suffering than you have caused.
And he like looks over at Brundlestick.
They were good boys.
Fortunately, war always brings casualties. Which is why we tend to end it as soon as possible.
I think you and I both know it is not that simple.
And he like nods to Danissa, looks Nana up and down and raises an eyebrow. Nods respectfully to Eliodora. And just kind of gives a look to Finrian. As Finrian's just like obviously trying to be unobvious about his eavesdropping on the conversation. He's like standing, like he's looking at a plate on the table, but like he's not paying attention, but he is definitely like, you know, listening. Let's change that again. That got way too intense for no reason.
Henrian, please have a glass of wine. You're stressing me out.
I mean, yeah, of course.
And he grabs it and like drinks the whole glass. Everyone, the others start to kind of relax a little bit. The small frog is over there talking to Brindle and Mira, and Zinlin's kind of standing close by Alon, and he still has his sword out in his hand, but he's like just like staring daggers at Leary. And then over at Nana.
Oh,
Zinlin.
so lost.
Yeah. Just like
can I walk up to Brundlestick for a second?
sure. Brundlestick is
Brundlestick. I cannot remember his name.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
Brundlestick.
Everyone's calling him a bunch of different things, so it's fine. He's kind of hold on. This is all just bananas. He is currently
Yeah, with this music, I'm gonna stab him in the back.
like this a lot right now. He is kind of put a some of the cloth that was part of Nutmeg's cape and is just kind of covering he's gonna reposition the head and kind of just covered his body, and it's just kind of, he was like kneeling but is now just like full on like crisscross applesauce, almost sitting on the ground next to his brother and just like staring at the form.
Would you like to join in?
Wow.
The Lannisters send their regards.
Okay.
If you'd like some help, I'm here to help. I'm not sure what your funeral rites are, burning, burying. But there is honor in a good fight.
And
He was
kind of
killed in 12 seconds.
it was like, yeah, it was a really short fight, huh? It was like 2 rounds. He though kind of just like nods his head and kind of looks over.
Boy, appreciate that. I
We'll leave.
don't
We'll
know.
leave quickly. I know. No one wants us to stick around for very long.
I don't know what to do. We didn't exactly expect to be in this situation. Newt said he would be. I know what to do if Newt was to die. We were to take over his business for him. But I
At
don't
least.
think Nutmeg ever told me what to do if he died first.
Well,
What do
I'm of the
your
summer folk. We burn our dead.
like sausages?
Like a funeral pyre.
Oh, a fireplace.
Yes.
Books. The burning
I-
books.
Sometimes the ashes are taken. If you want to keep a piece of someone.
Oh,
Most of the
That's-
time they're scattered.
I was going to say that seems messy, but
In like a jar or a necklace.
He looks at his giant brother. It's like,
I don't think he's going to fit in my necklace. Maybe I will scatter his ashes once we get back. I get back to the boat. He kind
of
of
character-
did like the sea.
go ahead.
Out of character is a good time to say that sometimes lizards eat each other when they die.
Oh no.
That is amazing. Thank you for that information.
Burn animal facts with Nana.
Eat him.
Oh my god, this is part. This.
If it was me, I was gonna be like, eat him.
We just look over and he's like,
Yeah. Oh my god. Please tune in
didn't
for
get to
more
eat.
animal facts with Nana. The more you know.
Ruined.
He kind of nods and accepts your help. So if you wish, he will like, he goes back to the cart and grabs like a tarp, a canvas, and brings it over to kind of help wrap up his body. And then he goes over and picks up Newt in his little hands and like, or not his little hands. He looks little in his hands because of how big his hands are. It's just
wait
like,
a moment with that one. I don't mean to be indelicate, but I do need to search him before he is disposed of.
Oh. Okay.
Where's the body?
I am sorry for earlier. I didn't know that he.
No need to apologize. Like I said, there's honor in a good fight. You and your brother were good fighters. We just happened to win this time.
he kind of
When
smirks a
you're
little.
a hunter, there is always a victor. But when you hunt, you also know that it could always be your turn to be hunted instead.
I didn't know that Newt's. That our dealings were doing so much harm. We don't think about those things.
Well, I
We
mean,
were-
there's no harm in poisons and other things. Those are always useful, but playing both sides can get a bit messy.
It seemed smart, but now I see you make twice as many enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, idiot.
That tends to happen.
Okay, so what are the rest of you guys doing?
Good question.
I'm gonna play with the pendant that Newt gave me. Just like kind of like wrap it around my fingers, check it out, have a look at it. Is
Make-
it tacky?
No, it's actually really nice. Make a investigation check for me.
I would love to
right.
if my browser didn't just close itself.
Perfect. I
Give me
mean,
one sec.
no, you're fine.
Give me one sec. Investigation.
Yes.
I rolled a 23.
Nice.
Ah,
Heck yeah.
23. Very nice. Hold on 1 second. For whatever reason, my phone, the map cam.
Bye-bye.
map cam went whoops.
Did it move all of us?
Yeah, it's not. Hold on. Join.
What's the map song from Dora?
No idea.
On the map, on the
the
map,
map,
on the
on the
map,
map,
on the map, on
I'm
the
the
map.
Here's the mail
What
that
just
never
happened?
ends and makes me wanna.
I think you might have
Wag
missed
my
that piece
tail.
of American culture.
Yep.
Wait.
Same energy.
Yeah.
Same energy. It was Blue's Clues, Dora's Clues.
Doors
Ah.
clues. I don't know why it's won't do things.
Backpack.
Hold on.
Backpack was a bag of holding.
Backpack. Yeah. Let me
She
put
held
It's
a lot
true.
of things.
Let me
She
put us in
repeated
this-
herself
well,
soft.
move us to this thing real quick. You know what? While we get this fixed, though, we're gonna go to break. This was like,
Yeah.
oh, there it goes.
Yay, break!
Yay!
Break's good.
But break is
They
good.
have
All
to
right.
pay
Well,
so
we are
badly.
we are back, but we're gonna go on break. So we'll be right back. See you in a minute. All right. Hello. Welcome back. We fixed everything for now until it explodes again because that's how things go. Okay.
It's the Feywild.
It's the Feywild. Everything is wild and Fey. Stay Fey. Oh, I forgot to add that to the thing. Okay, so
If they,
Kifeya, not fail, Feya. So, as you guys are kind of in a weird, like, awkward moment of what do we do next kind of thing, Leary is helping Brundlestick as he's gathering his brother's body. You stop him as he was about to take Newt's body.
Yes, I would like to loot Newt's body.
Loot the Newt.
Make a investigation check.
15.
15. You find a little baggie with 100
Drugs.
gold. Totally. 100 gold pieces. Are you gonna try and take the 100 gold pieces?
Yeah, I'm gonna take everything off his body. It's evidence.
Evidence. This is evidence. It's like, oh, but for funeral expenses. Let's
I
see.
mean, not like obviously in front of Brindlestick, like, oh look, I've got your money.
Yeah. There is a couple of bottles of what look like little flasks of like little potion bottles that he has, enough for like a quick sippy poo. That
Too
you
bad he didn't use those.
indeed. And then nothing like you find no papers or anything on him. But Brundle's stick is just kind of like, what are you looking for?
Communications, diaries,
This song got really sad.
ledgers.
It's a body.
Fenrian,
Yes.
make your stuff useful.
Yes. And he puts down a bottle of wine that he had been drinking out of.
do I see Leary take the money from?
Make a perception check. Fenrian comes over to you, Leary.
Do I
and
need to make a
just-
sleight of hand? Is this gonna be like an opposed?
Sure, if you want. Are you trying to be sneaky about it?
Fight.
Put it to the bra.
22.
You beat me. I got a 17.
So then, yes,
You don't
do
see
not
shit.
Fenrian comes over. Oh yes. Where did he keep his ledger or something? Where did you know? You know where you were going next, or people he was talking to, or what did he teach you about all of that shit? And Brundlestick just like suddenly taken aback by Fenrian's personality, as I think everybody does.
Brindlestick, I apologize for Fenrian. We are working on his people skills.
It's inside voice.
His inside voice.
He has his ledger bag. It's back in the cart. That's usually.
Fenrian.
I'm on it.
And he like scuttles, takes off towards the cart to go, like instantly like
I
leaps
just imagine
up.
like a little like gremlin, like
He he
Little
kind of
dog.
does have a little bit of like to him as he like runs, and then makes a very like this is the cart this is weird, like angling, but like the cart and the snail fawn, he kind of goes woo around the snail fawn behind it to get to he like gives it a wide berth. He does not get close to that giant thing. And he like clambers up on the cart and starts like rummaging through stuff. And you can see Brundlestick looks kind of torn between like going over there and not, and he looks down at Newt's body. Is like, are you done?
Yes, I believe so. I'm sorry, Dennis. I didn't mean to.
I think we've taken what's necessary. I'm going to retrieve Fenrir.
He looks back
before we
over.
go, Denissa, if you wouldn't mind, I was planning on gathering some logs and getting a good pyre started. Out of respect.
I'll join.
Unless you think we need Newt to return.
Do any of us have
Yeah, we necromancers.
speak with dead or something?
No, I mean, I don't
Got
mean
the Ouija
to,
board.
none of us are clerics. Oh, the gods. They're so boring. They're like, ugh, worship me. No, to take back for your Ice Queen. Does she need physical evidence?
I think so. Oh,
Pinky.
He's small. We can fit him in a bag. Doggy
You
bag.
see Brendel look a little like.
I think, DM, I think we've talked about it like out of character, but in character, did we ever talk about like this? Is this a like pop in and pop out thing, or is this like we're in the material plane till we're done? I can't.
They
remember.
never. It's whatever you need to do. Like they just want to get to the end of this trail of Clover Fallen. And it wasn't specified. It just you were told to bring them to justice. Whether you were going to bring them back alive or not, it was just told that you were to bring them to justice. So you can interpret that as you may.
Okay.
Take the face.
I don't like that.
Yeah, Nana's been eerily quiet. She's just over
Take
there
the
like,
face. I'm being practical.
How about like a pinky?
Can't prove it's them with a pinky.
You could.
With it's CIS Feywild.
Yeah.
Why?
Somewhere there's like this just
Nana's
rock.
gonna turn around like Dwight in the office and just like wearing a face.
Yeah.
There's a rock
Look,
gnome.
you're joking, but I have disguised self, and if I can do that without magic, that's excellent.
That's great. Okay,
That's gross.
so Finneran's over there in the cart, kind of rummaging through things. What are you doing, Eliodora?
I am actually kind of listening to them decide what to do with Newt.
Okay.
I can tidy some on the table while I do that. Try to clean up the mess a little bit.
I mean, Alon has kind of gotten like so her and the little frog and Zinlin and Mira are starting to kind of gather up some of the stuff from the table. Fennel went back into the barn
Okay.
along with the dwarven man.
Making a circle.
Yeah, they were apparently in the middle of something, so it had been brought out in the emergency kind of situation.
Yeah, they weren't at dinner either. Did they have food poisoning?
No, they did not. They were not at dinner.
How come they were never invited?
I mean, you have no one's asked. You also don't even know what's in some of these other buildings.
Sure.
I mean, you were kind of just like, oh yeah, you're welcome to stay here, and they gave you what amounted to like a small cabin that had occupancy for people. It looks like if they ever had people that were traveling or coming through, this is where they would like put them up to stay, because it definitely had a like bed and breakfast style vibe to it, where it's just
We got the pool house.
yeah. I mean, it's
Airbnb.
yeah, the Airbnb. Yeah, it's very much like looks habitable but not lived in. So it just like it has everything that you need, but it doesn't look like it's in use all the time. Yeah. So then Leary and Danissa, what are you guys doing with?
We'll
Are
take
you
a
done
strand
with-
of his hair.
Okay.
So how?
It's
Go ahead.
distinctive.
If you can't see the DNA from the pinky, how would the hair help?
It's fluffy and white, like
Yeah,
a
so
troll.
it's Bun Buns.
We'll take his eye then.
Yeah. Meet in the middle.
All right.
Brundlestick is like,
If are you needing proof? You take back his ledger. Was that not proof?
Finrian from the back of the cart.
I found it!
Good lord.
I'll cut off a strand of his hair and like wrap it around itself.
Okay. He like
Put that in the
cradles the body of Newt after like he still has the arrows that are stuck in him and just kind of like he looks like just holding like he's holding like a little doll of a person and he's like closed his eyes, but it's got like the multiple
Oh my
shafts
God.
of the arrows stuck out of
I'm
him.
gonna pull the arrows out.
Okay. He holds them.
Excuse me.
Are they
I
still
mean,
usable?
they're very well made arrows. We wouldn't want to lose them in the fire.
I'm going to say goodbye. I'm again sorry.
And he like walks past you and like moves over to the tarp that has his brother's body and like puts Newt in there with him and like starts wrapping him in the canvas.
I'll collect wood to
Okay.
make
You
the
guys
fire.
will say that over the next like hour or so, you guys kind of collect and set up a little spot to burn the bodies. Finrian has kind of like sat off to the side and is like looking through the book and is just kind of like flipping pages and like looking and looking. And is sitting there for the hour, just kind of like studying, going over it. What are you doing, Nana?
I'm watching him look at the bodies. Gonna just sit down, have some of the wine that Fenrian was drinking. Kind of have a rest. I'm an old lady and I have used a lot of spell slots. I'm just gonna sit and watch that guy say goodbye and be sad and shit. Taking a show.
Okay.
Can I tell him that I'm like sorry for his loss? That I wish it hadn't have to be this way.
Sure. So we'll say that once the fire is going and he's kind of just there standing there kind of staring at the fire as it burns. He kind of just standing there. You come over and tell him that.
Yeah.
It's like
It is a dangerous life.
Yeah, we would have liked to keep your brother out of it, but he really really gave me no other choice.
He was very prone to violence. He had a fiery disposition.
kind of laughs at
Oh
his
my
own
god.
joke.
It seems funny now, seeing him on fire now.
Does it?
Oh god.
No.
We
he
broke
starts
him.
crying. He starts
We
crying.
all cope in our own ways.
He just-
There.
Do you miss your mom?
No. Yeah, that's basically exactly what just happened. But you know, this is the others kind of as the little pyre is going, the others kind of gather around. They all offer their little condolences to him as well. You see the little frog like kind of waddles over, just with his big blinky eyes.
Ew.
And just like
Ew.
pats the side of of Brundlestick's thigh, and then looks over at you, Eliodora.
Excuse me, but
Are you actually a centaur?
You know that that gif of The Office where what's her name? The blonde one creeps up on Dwight and he goes, ah! Ew. Like that's what I'm picturing in my mind right now. I'm trying my best to put it together. Gah!
Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. I've never seen a centaur before. You
Centaur.
and you're so well behaved.
Yeah, not, you know, not all centaurs are the
racist
same.
here.
Yeah, that's some racist shit, you little frog.
Stereotypes are, you know, stereotypes. They're called that for a reason. We're not all the same.
Fennel says you're from the Feywild. That probably explains things.
Or
Sorry, I've back where I'm from. Our villages were raided by centaur bandits or tribes people many times. So,
I'm sorry to hear that.
well, you know, that's life, I suppose. That's why I moved away.
Yeah. How are you liking it here?
Very peculiar.
Yeah.
There's rather nice in comparison. I'm from Cholt. It's very dangerous there. Do you know where Cholt is?
I don't think so.
He's just like, make a history check.
Me as a person have to say F Chult and those flail snails.
Yeah.
Where's my things?
I
We
go
forgot
warm my
about
hands on this fire.
Oh, yes, you
No.
can.
No.
Probably smells terrible.
You're gonna like
Much.
pull
Maybe
out
good.
a marshmallow and make s'mores.
Yeah.
Good. It smells
I-
good.
Roll the whole 6.
Whole 6? Yeah, no, you haven't.
My brother
Even
smells a
sorry.
bit like butter.
There's a lot of strange things there, but
Oh.
the jungles are nice. There's no jungles here, but it's still nice.
Yeah. I would have thought it would be a little bit more boring, but so far,
You should try, if you like adventure, you should try Cholt.
okay, I will,
It's got
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs!
And then just like, she
Good
like
lord.
happily waddles away.
Not drunk enough for this.
She is a peculiar little frog.
Yeah.
But yes, so yeah, Nana, you can for sure come up there, warm your hands by the fire,
Yeah.
as everyone is saying their little
Sicko.
condolences and giving them a minute, and then Brundlestick starts like, his fire is not even really like fully gone. He just kind of starts to move away, but still like just staring at the fire. Alon has gone off to the barn as well. For the moment, you guys are kind of alone. There's still like Zinlin's kind of keeping an eye on you guys, just not like following you, but he's definitely been told to watch you. So he's just kind of keep not obtrusively, but is close enough by. Finrian was finished reading his book, just like, or is looking through the book. He kind of waves you guys over. And in Sylvan is like,
I found something interesting.
Inside voice, Fenrian. There are other Fae here.
I found something interesting.
We'll work on that.
so what do you guys? Do you guys come over?
Yeah,
I just want to
closer.
quickly put a very uncomfortable hand on Candlestick's shoulder and just say, if it makes you feel better, he was gonna die pretty soon anyway. And then go on over, go check out what Finn is doing.
Who you didn't, not specifying whether you were talking about his brother or Newt.
His-
You
Both. Yeah, they were going to die anyway.
fair enough.
Monster.
I love it. Okay. Finrian, in there with the book, is now like looking things over. He's like,
Okay. So, apparently, this Newt fellow deals in a lot of things. That Elan person was telling the truth. He actually has apparently sold things to various members of the court in the Feywilds.
Oh.
Why?
But he was going by a different name there. Farthington? And then other places, like, he's got
History check?
contact. Go ahead, make a history check. He has contact lists, and then above
Can I
them
make one
different.
as well?
Sure, different names. There's one here for contacts that he knew as the buyer, contacts he knew as Farthington. There was even one Candy Bristletop.
and that, Nana, catches your attention.
All right.
Because
Attention caught.
Candy Bristletop is the name
you.
of someone that you have purchased goods through non-directly, but you have purchased goods through a service for. It's almost like a
eBay?
drop spot
Services?
kind of thing. You drop it's very anonymous. You put
Box.
their gold and what's it called? Used to be a game that was like. I want to say it was almost like a loot box thing, and it had like use the geocaching. It was almost like a geocaching kind of thing where you would just leave your order and some gold, and then in a certain amount of time you would have your items like delivered to you in a conveniently anonymous way. But Candy Bristletop is the name of like the person or persons involved in this business.
Looks like we have someone to visit.
I rolled a 17 for history.
For history,
Shit.
Did you forget to roll?
I rolled terribly.
Wait, was it Newt's alias? Or
these
that
are
was one of his
Newt's.
customers?
These are Newt's aliases.
Okay.
Got an 11.
Oh! God damn
So
it.
yeah,
Yeah, I see. Ah, bummer. I just killed my fucking supplier.
basically.
You
lost
can
my
look something
lost my link to shrooms.
Just
Everything.
become the dealer yourself. Start an empire.
No.
Forced to go sober.
Oh God. It does say here that he was supposed to be. He had received some sort of missive from peoples known as the Twins. They were Fae of some sort, apparently. They reached through him via Fae contacts. And he was supposed to be bringing restoratives and starts looking through things. Like other supplies, cloaks, it looks like. Something like that. To soldiers of the Fae. That
Does it
was
say
his
where?
next destination. No, but it looks like they are under contract of some smuggler ship named the Roach.
The roach.
And the Roach was
Okay.
to take them to a specified destination. Somewhere by something called the Grandfather Tree. But there's no specifics as to where that is.
Is that the big fuck off tree that we saw earlier?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. It didn't seem like any of this war that the material planers are talking about is anywhere near here.
True.
But we could ask. You could ask. I mean, you did pose the question to begin with, so, by all means.
Bring the rabbit.
Can I identify those potion bottles that I got?
Do you have
Or try
identify?
to? No. Can I try to just whether
Make
it's
a-
Arcana or
Which would you like to use?
what are my options?
I would say Arcana or maybe a medicine check, just to kind of like see if they
I'm
are
better at
medicinal and
medicine.
Okay.
A 15.
15. One of them is definitely a health potion. But judging by its size,
Stored.
you would assume that it is probably going to be a just a regular
Common.
potion. Yeah.
What is
common.
that? 2d4
Common.
plus 2?
Yes. Correct.
Nana, you're good at potions and things. Can you identify these other? How many total bottles were there?
2. One of them was.
Can you identify this?
Yes.
Hand them over. I'll have a look. What do I roll?
The same, either Arcana or Medicine, whichever you choose. Probably more Arcana is what I'm assuming.
Arcana 16.
All right. The other one is strange. Don't know what it is exactly, but it's almost like you're looking into a lava lamp, and there are these little red beads that are floating around inside of this like yellowish liquid, and they keep like growing and shrinking, growing and shrinking. They just kind of like pulse.
I think that we've just figured out Elaine's little trick.
But that is the best. I mean, that is from what you can tell.
Did that 17 pull up any information on my old noggin on Farthington?
Farthington. The name does sound familiar as a Farthington's Goods is a company of traders within the Feywilds, particularly geared towards high-profile buyers of exotic goods brought in from various planes of existence.
Is there anyone around us from this little village that we've had some fun in? Any of the villages?
You've seen, as you guys have been talking, you have seen where the various villagers have kind of gone to. So it kind of becomes that moment in an RPG where you can go and talk to whoever you want because you know kind of where they went to after the cutscene. So it just depends on who you want to talk to.
Can I go talk to Elaine?
Sure. She went towards the barn.
All right, let's go bother her.
Alrighty. You go solo, or who would you like to have anybody go with you?
Not Denissa. Denissa's buzzkill. Bring.
Oh no.
I'm gonna take Leary. Come on, let's go.
All right.
All right, I love it. All right, so you guys make your way towards the barn, the same place you saw the Grung go towards, and Fennel, or I should say Danoob, and Fennel and Elon all went that direction, as well as the dwarf. So you guys start going that way. Eliodora, Denissa, what are you guys doing?
I want to rest, but
I mean, you guys can go back to your room if you so desire.
Are we still welcome in the room?
Right?
You haven't been told otherwise.
We're here as mercenaries, bounty hunters. So,
I mean, Elon didn't say, "Get the fuck out!" So,
Yeah.
it's true.
We did clean up our mess.
Yeah, mostly.
But
Mhm.
mostly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go back to the room with you, Eliodora, and tend to your wounds.
Yeah, Finn will go. He's like that kid with the new book, the new strategy guide. He's just like going through pages after pages of it and just kind of walking behind you, not really paying attention where he's going and just kind of holding the book.
It's Harry Potter at midnight.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
That's a whole. Come this way. Don't step in this shit.
Oh God!
What is the circle of shit?
Oh boy. Oh yeah, you want to share that,
Cocoa Puffs.
Mara?
Oh,
Rabbits will like mark their territory by marking a space out with like a trail of shit, and if you interrupt the shit trail or you move it, they'll just like do it again. So like, there's a rabbit folk here. Someone's shitting on the floor.
Yeah.
I don't make the rules.
If we walk through it, he's gonna come back.
My house, my circle.
Oh, no.
The fuck?
What the fuck, man?
Gotta work so hard to do it all over again. Okay, so Lyrian, and as you guys approach the barn, Zinlin kind of moves towards you guys to kind of intercept you. And not that he's being hostile.
Off, Zinlin.
You started it. Where do you think you're going?
Just want to talk to my new friend over here. We've been through so much together. Bit of a crazy day.
Just like, even though you're talking to him, he doesn't acknowledge you, Nana. He's just looking at Leary.
Oh,
Leary,
leeches.
make an insight check for me.
Whoa! Get in the dice tray. A 19.
19. As much distrust is in his face, there is a little bit of hurt.
Oh.
So he finally is just kind of like, follow me. And just kind of leads you into the barn. He opens the big
He's gonna
door.
go back to his room and start writing like Taylor Swift lyrics.
Yeah.
Mira from across the alleyway is gonna have a sign that says, "Are you okay?" So as you walk into this large barn building, you see that this place looks like what you would imagine a enchanter's like workstation area would be. It's a very open, like a barn on the inside, but there where instead of stables, there is like little separate sections where you can see like enchanters tables. There's various like crystal objects and other strange arcanum devices that kind of have a little bit of a buzz or hum to them. It is a very peculiar space that smells surprisingly like ozone, almost.
Ooh.
And in the very center, there almost what would appear to be a gazebo that is built into the center of this barn. And looking inside, make a perception check for both of you. If you could get that.
19.
Thank you.
15.
Perfect. Looking around, you don't see anybody in here. It actually seems rather dark, despite the fact that a lot of this equipment or devices seem to be radiating some power to them. It doesn't look like anybody is directly here at the moment. But Zinlin continues to walk up to this gazebo that is here in the center of them.
Come out wherever you are.
Very cute.
Please don't touch anything.
I'm immediately gonna touch something.
Yeah, I was about to say, just the nearest thing. Touch.
What are you touching?
Just
What would you
anything.
like?
The closest
Candle.
thing.
The closest thing?
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my mom.
There for Nana, we'll say that there is like a couple of beams that are like holding up the roof, and you just kind of like give him a little look as you touch it. For Leary, there is another beam, and it's got like some sort of like metallic tube that's running up from the ground and like seems to be like coiling around it, and you just kind of touch that. When your finger touches it, you feel a warmth sensation to the fingertip, and you're almost like do it a couple of times. And it's not quite like a static shock, but there's definitely some sort of current of power or like of something that is like coursing through this piping, and you just kind of takes you off guard for a second, like what? Oh. And Zinlin just goes, I just literally said.
Oh, have some fun. Calm down.
And he gestures for you to enter into the gazebo.
All right. Fuck it.
Can I insight check him?
Sure.
That's only a 9.
A nine.
Sure, I'll go into the gazebo.
Sure, this is fine.
Wait, can I insight check it?
Sure.
I'm a +0. Let's see how this goes.
Perfect.
12.
12. I mean, he seems more impatient than anything.
Okay. Cool.
He's just waiting for you to get there.
Let's
Zoe
get in
loves
your weird
revenge.
Pinterest hut.
your Pinterest hut. I will say that as you're approaching, you do see that this gazebo does seem to have some ropes that are like hanging from it from the top. But
Kinky.
as that are like it look like they're tied down to the top of this gazebo. And as you guys step in, he grabs what you thought was like a railing of the that kind of goes around the gazebo, and it's actually like a little door that like latches forward and closes the entrance that you just walked in, and you now find yourself in this little like circular enclosure. He goes up to the wall, and on the backside of this wooden pillar there is like a lever that he brings down, and then you immediately hear the like some gears and things turning, and the ground beneath you starts to
Aaron,
move
you
down.
and your sound effects.
Yeah, that was.
So you hear the elevator, as it seems you have found yourself in, as the ground lowers, and you can see the floor rise up past you, and you are like going down into a carved section of earth that looks like a well, almost. Like you can see the bricks that kind of line the circular shape as the gazebo falls down, and it only goes down for probably about a story or two before as you go through there. Oh wait, there's this. Is it this one? No, I was hoping for more of the elevator sound, but then we'll just go with that. So as it goes down, you see it opens up into this massive cavern beneath the settlement, and here in this area below, you see that there is a bit of a stream or river that runs through this underground cavern, and part of it has these large mills that are constantly like being fed water and just kind of turning. It is like this massive amount of contraptions, almost like the laboratory space you saw up above is like nothing compared to what is here below. And you can see that there are various like lights, both from torches and other magical things, that are just kind of glowing and floating in the air, providing illumination for this underground cavern that's probably about 150 feet across.
Oh my god.
But it's this whole like underground section, and you can see that there are even more work tables and more almost like a production line looking situation where there's like these large mills in the water are turning grindstones that are being fed like ingredients and are being crushed down and then like fed on little conveyor belts that go like bringing it along. It's a very like intricate little system. And down below you see Zinlin, Fennel, Danube, and the dwarven man, Brindle. I was going to say Brindlestick, and I was like, nope, that's not the right one. Eventually, the little elevator comes to a stop, and Zinlin like unlatches the gate and allows you guys to exit, and points you over to where you can see the enchanters are currently at work doing things.
Nana, do you think they grow anything fun here?
I was thinking the exact same thing. I want to go and have a sneaky look around.
Sure. Go ahead and make
It's a
perception
cheeky
checks.
little look, right?
Yeah, of course. 5 minutes later, Eliodora and Danissa, you watch as the ground erupts in an explosion. Giant mushroom cloud, and that's the end of the miniseries.
19! Give me the weed. Where is the stash?
Looking around, there aren't a lot of things that I would say are close by that would be of nefarious interest to you. There are some like glass vials, a lot of them that are sitting in almost like milk crate kind of things where they're just like stacked ready to be filled. There's a couple of large burlap sacks that seem to contain things that are written in common on there. A lot of the ingredients that you see, make a, I don't know, medicine or arcana check, one of the two.
20 for Arcana.
Arcana. These are a lot of typical ingredients that are used in making like health potions. So they're not like, it's not like super crazy, but there's also a couple of other really random like things that you see that you don't know what they are. But you know, as you are kind of like starting to kind of snoop around, you can see Alon sees you guys are here and kind of comes over to you guys questioning what you are doing. It's like, can I help you?
Oh, we're just taking the scenic route. Wanted to come have a chat with you. Didn't realize you had quite the operation going on down here.
She kind of smirks. A lot of this was actually Danube and Brindal's work.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but I figured maybe we could have a chat. I
The
don't
creepy
care.
frog in the door.
Don't care. Not good with names. It's an age thing. Can we chat? Somewhere a little bit more private. I promise not to threaten to kill your friends again. Memories.
She's kind of just like, sure. We don't have any private spaces down here, but we can come speak over here by the water. It'll be at least harder for them to hear if that's what you are wanting. And then she kind of, like, as she says that, she kind of looks over at Leary, and you can see her kind of, like, gauge you to see if you look ready, I guess. She just kind of, like, realizes that she's putting herself in a situation where it's 2 to 1.
I
She
don't
just
even have my bow in hand. It's on my back.
kind of relaxes a little bit. She leads you over closer to the little running underground creek.
Quite the day we've had, wasn't it? It's a lot for you to take in, I'm sure. It's a big day for us, too.
I will never get used to how unsettling you Fae are sometimes.
Oh, you'll get used to it. We're fun. We can be fun, can't we, Leary?
Loads of fun.
So fun.
Clearly. It has been a bit of a day, and now we are slightly behind schedule, so I came down to assist the other two in what they are doing. Can I help you with something in particular?
Yeah, well, I don't know. We're reading through that little gnome man's book, and there was a couple things that we just didn't know about, and you know, you're quite smart, clearly, and I figure you know the ins and outs and everything, so could we pick your brain, maybe have a chat?
Sure. What would you
All
like
right.
to know?
Alright, there's some tree. I don't know. I don't do trees.
The grandfather tree.
That's the one.
Oh. The grandfather tree? What about it?
Where is
how-
it?
Yeah.
It's on the mainland. It's
And?
it's part of elven history. It's actually tied to the Feywilds. Much like the Fey tree here, it's just larger.
And how do we get there?
Well, unless you or any of your friends know any magic, you'll probably have to go the long way. It would be a boat ride to the mainland.
Roach.
What's a? You
Never
saw a
mind.
roach? She's just like, okay, just kind of like, okay, sure. You'd probably the closest port city would be Neverwinter, I suppose. Although that's currently occupied. So I would use caution if you are going to go directly there.
Occupied by who? Or what?
Let's say, for sake of example, they would be occupied by your Clover Fallen.
Oh, fuck me. Alright.
Though
The Clover Fallen and like the human version of the Clover Fallen.
a material plane version, I suppose. You have to realize I don't exactly know what what you have against these Clover Fallen people. But these folk, the Thayans, the Thayan Empire, they are run by red wizards. Do you have wizards in the Feywild?
I
I'm
mean, we
assuming.
all have magic.
Not what I meant, but okay. Imagine, do you have a concept of necromancy?
Yeah, pretty well.
Okay. These people are a bunch of really terrible necromancers, and they have a very large army. And they are currently in the process of taking over the entirety of FaeHunt, a continent, if you will. The mainland. It's not a couple of days by boat from here.
Okay.
And what would these Thayans say about someone like us?
I suggest you probably keep your head down. I don't think they have any problem with you particularly as individual races, but if they found that you were particularly potent in magic, they might have some questions for you, and those questions generally end in you disappearing. At least that is what the rumor is. That is why I am very grateful to be helping those who are fighting against them. I don't want them coming to the islands.
We would never dream of bringing them here. I mean, if you're fighting your version of the Clover Fallen,
I mean,
more power to you.
it's what I know so far. They are just very terrible people. They make very terrible things happen. And so I'm doing what I can to help those who are fighting against them.
Oh, so noble. Such a good girl.
Do you have a map of how to get to the grandfather tree once we get to the mainland?
Sure.
Could you draw us one?
I can. Oh, undoubtedly, we have something we can use. Plus, she seems to think about it for a second. Make a persuasion check for me. This is
Who?
just the Leary. She's been the one who has been kind of the sweetest to her.
17.
17. If you need a way to get to the mainland, I can find. We do have supply ships that I can perhaps get you on board to get you there. The problem is my ships don't go that far. North anyway. They'll take you to Waterdeep at best.
It's all right. I think we've got a point of.
But I'll show you
from the
generally
ledges.
where the grandfather tree is, and then you can make your way from there.
That would be most appreciated, and we'll be out of your hair in the morning.
That is also most appreciated.
Would
Consider. Go ahead.
the twins were the people from the journal that, from memory, that they were
Yes.
going to meet?
We're bringing supplies to the soldiers of the Fae. Newt was it? I can't remember if it was Newt that was under contract with the smuggler ship, the Roach.
So far that you have heard, yes, ish. The twins were the ones who contacted Newt to send supplies to the soldiers of the Fae that were going to be at the grandfather tree.
Okay, cool. All right, sick. Let's
Using
get
the
the
smuggler ship, the Roach, to move those
Yes,
supplies.
to move the supplies and get him as close as possible.
I want to get the map and get out of this weird mole house. I'm
As-
done.
As we get ready to leave, I want to let Nana go first.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, I'm out.
And then I want to pull Alana aside for a second. And I want to very subtly pass her the bag of 100 gold. And say, fight the good fight, darling, and don't let the bastards get you down. But maybe make better friends in the future.
She kind of doesn't know what to say at first. She kind of looks a little surprised. And it's and just nods. Doesn't say anything. Just nods. And when she grabs you're handing her the bag, she puts her hand on top of yours and just kind of squeezes it, and then nods and goes back over to the tables after she's finished drawing out the little map as best she can of the Sword Coast and the location of the grandfather tree, which
You can get us a map for next time.
yeah.
I do want to
It's-
swipe something interesting looking on the way out, though.
Oh, you little thief!
It's all
love
about
it.
balance.
Perfect.
I was like,
Amazing.
she's a little shit with a heart of gold. I'm gonna collect some shit.
Amazing.
Do I need to make any kind of roll for anything?
Definitely make. Give me a sleight of hand check for me, please.
19.
19? Oh, okay, perfect. As you are walking back towards the little elevator gazebo, there is a little crate that has what looks like finished potions inside, and as you brush alongside it to kind of come over to the thing, you manage to grab, we'll say you get 2 of them as you go by.
Do I recognize either of those?
Yeah, these looks like these are. It is literally a little milk tray of health potions.
Common?
These bottles are a little bigger than the other ones, so it might be actually the one above that. I want to say, is it greater?
Greater?
Is it common, greater, and then
Superior?
superior? Oh, I thought there was 4. Josh, you're
Hold on,
muted if
let's-
you're speaking.
Let's look.
I think there's one after superior, but I could be wrong.
There is
It looks-
common, greater, superior, and supreme.
Oh, supreme. That was the one I was thinking.
Supreme
Okay,
is
so,
10d4 plus 20.
Dang.
okay, so
Okay,
then
so
we'll say these are
are-
2 superior.
4d4 plus 4.
So, as you guys get back to the gazebo and start to pull away as you go back up, as he like brings the switch down, and then the elevator starts moving once again. As you guys get pulled back up into the barn section, you see the last thing you see is the little grung, Danube. As she watches the gazebo go up, she just goes and waves as you disappear upwards. So, Eliodora, Denissa, Fenrian and the 3 of you are back in your room. Fenrian comes over to you, Eliodora, and
I want to oh, sorry. This is before we get there.
Yeah, just give me a he looks up at you and is like,
I don't know how to say this exactly, but I wanted to say thank you for saving my life. I appreciate you jumping in the way of the beam that would have very much incinerated me. I cannot tell you how grateful I am, and I will not forget your almost sacrifice.
and he just gives you this big smile.
Insight check.
Inside check.
Insight check.
Wait, for real? For real?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Fuck. 11.
11? I mean, he seems really sincerely that he believes that Eliodora did it on purpose.
I don't know what to say to him. I don't want to lie,
Self-absorbed
but
little shit. Okay.
I love this feral toddler.
He pats
feral
pets
toddler.
pets the I don't know, like the front, like one of your front legs, and it's like, I knew
Wait.
that it was good to bring such noble warriors along. And you too, Denissa. I mean, I'm not discounting how bravely, you did stuff. Because I know that you did things.
Things and stuff.
Mm-hmm. You roared very loudly. I heard that. That was really good. Anyway,
Adrian's gonna get his throat cut in
like-
his sleep.
It's almost more offensive than it is nice.
I'm just gonna giggle with my fist because I'm like,
so we have learned some very valuable things, I think, about these material world people. They are
yeah.
Indeed,
Jeez.
embroiled in all sorts of shenanigans. And who would have guessed, too, this Farthington? He's like going through papers. He's like, I remember hearing things about this Farthington person. But I never would have guessed it would have been the same one.
I'm surprised no one put that together over the long run with so
A lot
many
of-
aliases.
Jumbled details.
Who or where the supplies came from wasn't always part of the mystery. It was just like, ooh, what are they going to have this time? And, there was all sorts of things. I remember various nefarious things from the fire plane and conches the size of houses from the water plane, and material plane had, nasty weapons that could run through anything. It was insane. But now I guess it all makes sense where he would have gotten all these things from. It's a shame. I don't think that Brunner sticks up to the task, I can tell you that much. But
It's better if he stays out.
yeah, this Newt had quite the elaborate empire of lies. It's fine. Perhaps it's for the best.
Don't we all?
And then the door opens and there's Lyria and Nana.
I want to like bust in and be like, "What's up, bitches? Who wants to go on a ship?"
I'm sorry, you want to go for a what?
A shit?
Oh,
Okay.
On a boat.
a boat. I heard something else entirely. I was very
Henry, you're
confused.
drunk.
No, I'm not. Is he kind of like he just almost falls forward and said, "Definitely not.
We've even got a map.
It's just the
Retrieved.
altitude."
More intel.
Gonna like
From who?
show off.
Ta-da!
From our new best friend Lainey.
I don't think I met that one. Lainey.
Elaine.
Elon. No,
Oh, you were making a joke, Nana.
I'm
forget how
like
funny
Nana
you
is like
are.
chuffed. She fucking loves this. This is great.
She's
She's gonna be like doing like how you like encourage a little kid, but you're like, yay! It's that.
Yeah.
She's like, yay!
You went potty.
yeah, basically.
Oh, but
Perfect.
that's my life right now.
You're all, no, but that's a little too real.
Yeah.
So you found a map? Wait, is this place far?
So we get to go on a smuggler ship. We probably need a good cover story. We are a part of Newt's empire. We are bringing goods. We should probably take some of his goods with us.
And no one die because there are necromancers.
Yes, we are going to the
What do you
big
mean?
continent of the material plane. There's some nasty fuckers there who do not need to know that we do magic. So
Right.
if the smugglers drop us off on a big city, we hightail it out as fast as possible. If they drop us on like a creepy coast, perfect.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds like what could possibly go wrong. Should
Yeah.
we
So
try?
many things, but that's what makes it fun.
Should we try and maybe get on Brendlestick's good side?
No, fuck him. He's weird.
I mean,
Look,
Maybe
We
he seems
all-
to have some kind of relationship with him.
I feel bad for him. He's really pathetic, but
That's what
he
I
a
was
good
thinking.
Fighter. He was a good fighter. You have to appreciate. Not everyone can be a good fighter and smart. Mostly you're a good fighter and stupid. That's why you have your regular soldiers.
this is true. Yeah,
Testament.
We can invite him to come with us as long as he promises not to cry. I don't do crying.
Yes. Jesus.
But we do need the goods.
hmm.
And having an actual member of Newt's cohort could help
Well,
our cover
That
story.
might actually be a good in.
Should I talk to him?
No.
No.
Oh.
No, you are much better at the sneaking, at the disguising. We all
Yeah,
have our
So
strengths.
sneaky.
Yes, this
Denissa
is
is
true.
very good.
This is true.
Denissa is our spokeswoman. She's very good at the talking. She's very good at the calm, the inside voice.
I'm calm. What are you talking about? Look how calm I can.
I want to like hand him the bottle, just like just.
I wanna
news-
lean down and get like eye level with him. Fenrian, when we get
Yes.
to the mainland,
Yes.
you cannot do magic. You cannot be stupid. If the red wizards take you, I will leave you forever.
You wouldn't.
Oh, but I would.
He kind of does. He does his own little like insight check.
You would. Denissa, you wouldn't leave me with red lizards, would you?
Red lizards, is that what they are?
Oh, they love children who do magic. They do all kinds of horrible things to them. I've heard that they turn you human and make you live dull, boring lives. Short little human lives. Boring, and then you're dead.
Fine, I will do my best to follow in whatever you all deem necessary.
That's all we can ask for.
If word has not gotten out, perhaps you can disguise yourself as Newt himself.
It's a very
I
good
could
point,
do
Have the
Denissa.
hide.
that. Actually,
He's contributing to the shit circle.
Oh no!
It never gets less awkward.
Like he just like focuses super hard, and you can see the trunk of hair that he kind of has like shifts and starts morphing, and it becomes like this white hair. And he uses the Mask of Many Faces to make himself look like Newt. He's a little taller than Newt was, but he, does a
Dude had his
fairly
knees
good.
done.
Give yourself high heels, and I think it'll work.
Wait, I thought he was taller than Newt already.
Yeah, he is taller than Newt.
No, but
Yeah.
he's saying
Yeah.
that yes, give Newt high heels so it makes
I
up for
see.
the difference
Yeah.
in your
Oh.
costume.
Stilettos.
Your
He had a
appearance.
flair about him.
We could I could probably find a way. I mean, this only disguises this part. So because basically he looks like Newt but dressed in
Oh,
his
just
cl-
slightly
yeah.
taller.
Because it doesn't
we will
change.
need to.
It changes like your physical. Oh wait, does it do clothing too? I think.
Oh, we're gonna have to go take. Oh,
I
they
think
burn
it
his
does.
body.
I think.
No,
Disguise
I
self?
mean he's got extra clothes in his wagon.
Surely.
Surely. I mean he was fashionable. He's got more than one pair
Oh
of
yeah. Yeah.
trousers.
You can cast disguise self, and disguise self make yourself, including your clothing and okay. So yeah, it's everything. So he makes himself look just like. Okay, cool. Yeah. And he goes, "What do you think?
That'll
Do I
pass.
look the part?
It's disgusting. I love it.
You have the same eccentric air about yourself.
Yes, we are very
wonderful.
esoteric. I agree. Whoa.
So terrible.
So, Dennis, are you going to talk to Brundlestick about us joining? Or about the new management, I should say. For I am Notice
Newt.
Root. No, Newt Lotus Root. That was it, yes.
I will go talk to what's his face at breakfast.
Brindle
Why am I
dick.
so bad with names?
Zoloft.
No, not him. Fuck him.
I think you two would have looked very beautiful together.
Fenrir, remember what I said about leading you to the red wizards who would turn you human?
Yes.
I thought the Nissa was going to talk to Brindlesticks,
I think
right?
me
Are
and
both of you?
Leary should go together.
Go talk to Matchstick.
We'll go at breakfast.
Breakfast.
Nice, good sleep. Could you
Oh, thank
die?
God. Yeah.
He has no purpose.
Sleep sounds
As of
great.
now.
And he literally just falls over face first into the ground. Finrian.
You're
I
right,
can-
Denissa. He seems like one motivated by purpose that has to come from someone else, and that
can
can be
mold
us
him.
for now.
Mold him into what we need him to be.
I'm gonna lift
what
up
kind of
Faye's little body.
dragonborn was he?
Blue.
Blue?
Blue, drop tea, but
I'm gonna lift up like Fenn's little body and like put him on the bed.
Okay.
Don't want anyone to step on him.
Don't exactly.
Put him on his side. You don't want to choke him in the
Trembles.
I don't exactly trust everyone in the village here. I think one of us should stay watch for the night.
I'll stay watch.
I'll take
Take.
first watch.
Oh, okay. Sick.
I'll take second.
Oh, wait. I only have to, like, meditate. I don't even have to sleep. I'm an elf.
I was gonna say, I was like, you do have 4 hours of Zen time that you need, but that's it.
I'm 8 billion years old. Let me sleep.
I'll just put on, like, my Enya CD and just, like...
Amazing. Okay. So, are you guys gonna go ahead and settle in for the night? Larry?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Larry, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
A 22.
22. Okay. What are you just staying up in the room, or are you watching outside? What are you doing?
I'll probably keep the door cracked and keep watch at the door.
A little bit after you guys had gone to bed, you watch as the fire kind of had dwindled down from your point of view. You can kind of just barely see where the pyre was, and it's now dwindled down to embers. And you see Brundlestick going into the little cabin house that is like basically across from where you guys were at, which is where him and the rest of his crew were going to be staying. A little while later, you see a couple other figures that are... You hear kind of the noises of like the doors opening and closing and kind of peeking out a little bit. You see Fennel and Danube come out of the barn, and they move towards what looks like another building where you assume maybe they... actually, it was the building that Nana had gone into to speak with. It's like a 2-story
They're gonna be
building.
picking glass out of their pillows now.
Yeah. Soz.
But for the most part, everyone seems to kind of have settled in for the evening, and nothing super wild kind of transpires. And you kind of zone out for... You waking up Danissa for your 4-hour Zen time? Okay.
Yep.
Danissa, go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception. Yeah. 23.
23. During your sleep, or during everybody else's sleep while you're standing watch, at some point Finrian like bolts up.
I'll stay quiet.
He looks around the room.
I'll pretend not to.
Make a stealth check for me.
Would I have taken off my armor?
I would assume so.
Okay.
For your sleepage.
Oh. I rolled badly. A 9. Or a 10, sorry.
Well, he is half asleep. And he rolled even less, but he rolled even like lower than you. Like, looks around the room. And are you kind of sitting where you can see out the door also, or where you posted up?
I'll be, like, posted up against the wall where... Like, on one side of the room where I can look at the front door, or, like, both doors if there's a back door.
Okay. Finneran gets up. Like, rubs his eyes. And you can see this because... You have dark vision, right? Yeah, so you can see this relatively easily because you can see in the dark. He rubs his
60
eyes,
feet.
And like he starts looking at everybody to see if they're asleep. And he grabs like his chest and he steps up and he looks like he's half asleep, but he kind of just like waddles out towards the door and just very carefully opens it, peeks around, and walks out.
Ooh. I'll follow
Orgy
him.
little shit.
Sure.
Okay.
Trying to carefully follow him. Make another stealth check for me.
17.
17. Okay. As you walk outside,
I'm going to cast, actually, Enhance Ability
Okay.
for Cat's Grace. And give myself advantage on perception checks and dexterity checks.
perfect.
Or, sorry, dexterity checks.
You see him just as you kind of peek around the door. You see him come around the back side of the room that you guys are in, or the cabin that you are in. He kind of goes around the outside, the front, and then goes around back to the side. Do you follow?
Yeah.
As you go around the back, and you kind of peek your head around the corner. He's like walks out into the clearing just outside of the little settlement a little bit, and a little ways to the nearest tree. There's a couple of like random trees that are closest to give kind of shading to the settlement, so it's not just out in the open, but it's away from the tree line. So there's still a little ways off to get to the woods, but he just gets to the nearest tree, and you can see his little shape, just kind of like his little body as he like kind of quick trots, power jogs his way over real quick. I'm assuming you stay in the shadows.
Yeah.
He's gonna check behind him real quick, so I need you to make another stealth check, one last one, as he's gonna look behind him, make sure he's not followed. Fuck.
Oh.
I'm not.
11.
It doesn't matter because I have rolled below single digits, or not below single digits, but single digits every time. So he kind of like he stops and turns quickly, and you kind of post yourself up against the wall into the shadow of the wall, and you see him kind of look and doesn't seem to do anything, and then he kind of goes up to the tree, and he seems to be digging into something in his pockets, and suddenly you see his form get encased. It looks like ice that grows up from the ground. And it creates like this little cocoon. From where you're at, that's what you see. And it just looks like he's out by this tree, and just like this little icicle like stalagmite that just like grew up from the ground and just like wrapped itself around him. And you wait. What do you do?
Ooh, can I like crouch and try to like scuttle my way towards there?
Sure. I mean, you carefully going as low to the ground and sticking as much to the shadows as possible, you dart your way that direction, kind of using some of the brush that you can for cover, and get close enough. And you can see now from this, now that you're probably within, we'll say like 15 feet or so, you can see that this ice sculpture that he is now encased in is glowing from the inside out. Almost as if like you can see that there is a body in there, but it's not really clearly visible as it's like covered in like ice, like you would see something inside of ice. And you faintly, with your perception, hear mumbled sounds, almost like someone speaking.
Can I use Divine Sense to detect good and evil, as well as any knowing the location of any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet?
What is the spell again?
Divine Sense.
Oh, Divine Sense. We get it. Let's read this way. presence of strong evil registers on your senses. Okay, okay. I will say, make a charisma. What the fuck is a charisma? I just made up. I read charisma and I was gonna say perception.
Charisma.
Just combine the two. Use a make a God damn, I was gonna do it again. Not charisma, perception. You can use this ability of like your charisma modifier or whatever, but it's you make a perception check for me. Just I want to see how well what you sense.
14.
Okay. You don't sense a strong evil, but you do sense evil.
Ooh.
Oh.
Any
And it's
celestial
bare-
fiends or undead within
No.
60 feet?
No.
Okay.
And it's not even full like evil. You sense bad intentions. And as you hear all of a sudden this little crack,
I'm gonna dart.
you can hear like the ice starting to break. It's like ice shifting. You're gonna dart back to the shadows?
Back but around, and then come back through the other side, and then go back to my position that I was in.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
Dash.
You dash as quickly as you can, running on all fours, like a panther in the night.
Oh my god. A 9.
A 9?
This is with advantage, mind you.
You get back into the room and quickly assume you're where you were at in the shadows. Breathing, from the quick motion that you had just taken, and like almost, we'll say like 30, 45 seconds later, the door opens. And Finneran like waddles in. He's still in his little nightgown thingy. And as he walks on the ground, you hear like the faintest little sound of like snow hitting the ground. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like the faintest little like as he's like walking, and it's like almost like as if little bits of ice are falling from him as he's like walking across the floor. And, like leads up onto the bed and like pulls his covers over him and like faces the wall away from you.
Good night, Danissa.
Wait, I was gonna say something.
Well,
Oh man.
but that's all he says.
Oh,
Well, I mean, you can say something if you want.
it's fine.
But he like gets back into bed, and within like that little amount of time, Leary comes from her nap, and the rest of the evening you spend watching as the sun rises in the distance. And the start of a new day as everyone takes a long rest.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And I guess before we finish, if you guys want to go and talk to Brendlestick, do you want to go and talk to him in the morning?
Yeah, we'll do it in the morning. Next session.
I mean, you could do it right now if you want.
Yeah, do we want to do it now or do we want to do it in like text?
Through
to you.
text.
Do it via text. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So then, with that, we will go ahead and wrap up this little session of the FaeHunt. Super excited. Ah!
He's a little snow grandma. He is Elf on the Shelf. Oh my god.
Amazing.
We're gonna meet our first human child, and they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Elf on the Shelf, to be honest. I'm like,
"You're banned
Don't
from
like
our
it.
home."
They're banned.
Unbelievable.
sorry
Ah.
for all the scratching.
No.
I have a slight allergic reaction.
No,
Took the Benadryl.
Oh my goodness, girl. It's all right. It's
Obi's
all
about
good.
to be out.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know if I
are.
can drink coffee.
Oh yeah, that's true. You did. Well, that was fun, guys. I'm hella looking forward to continuing this via the RP chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check us out on our Discord, which future me is posting the links right now. And
Come hang out. It's fun.
And
Yeah.
follow our RP shenanigans between episodes.
Yeah, because I'm sure whatever's gonna happen next is gonna be wild. Oh my God. Nana,
Wild.
thank you once again, Nana, Mara, for your beautiful art. Oh my God.
They're so good.
So good. I
Leave me
wanna
alone.
Listen,
frame it and hang
if-
it in my room. To be
if
honest,
you can give Sandra the man here a hard time about his music and how good he is of a singer,
yeah, Spotify Artist of the Year. Sandra
Well,
the
like, it is very good. It is very, very good.
Man. It is very good.
so it's only
It's very
fair.
good.
It's only fair that we give you some proper credit where credit is due for your amazing art skills. Such amazing art skills. And don't forget to
amazing
tune in for future Mara Animal time.
Wait,
be
did
good.
we talk about that on break? Or...
No, we didn't. But no, I'm just saying in general. future
Good.
Animal Arm. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. Stay tuned for more information on that whenever that comes up. So we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Stay free.
Boy, 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 boy. Boy, 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 boy.
Dum dum dum. Well, thank you guys. Hold on. Well, I do that every time. I always forget. Okay, so yeah, thank you for joining us tonight on this episode of the Feywild. I started about to start a loop into oblivion there. Hope you guys had it was wild, a good time. I had a blast. These guys are incredible. LV, stay Fey, hoi hoi hoi. LV's amazing. Thank you, Hecko Gecko Doodle. Once again, I'll show you guys a little up close of the art because it's so good. But yes, thank you, Hecko Gecko Doodle, for her lovely character art that she drew for us. Beautifully done. So good. I think, I can't even say which one is my favorite. They just have so much detail and personality, and it's just beautiful. Well done. But yeah, so on that note, we will see you guys on Tuesday for the Game of Santos game. Fuck, Crimson, did you just really wait until the last minute to say that? Rude. Nana art gets me so close to myself again. She's really pretty for a lady of her age. Yeah, good job, Crimson. Good job. Well played. Well played. All right. Well, on that note, I'm out. You guys have a great weekend, and we will see you around the Discords and social medias, and then we'll see you on Tuesday. So you guys have a great night. Love y'all.